I know people who are 1099 contractors and they still, they still get paid under the name. They don't use a business or a trust. And, they get the 1099 at the end of the year because, employees get a W-2. So you can go file your taxes. And contractors get a 1099 at the end of the year. So they can use that to file the taxes. Well, then they'll take the 1099 and then go file individual taxes. And then they get upset because they owe. Well, you owe because there was nothing being withheld from your check as an independent contractor. And this obviously kind of segues into what we're talking about, starting your family business. And I think a lot of people don't understand. Look, if you're going to be an employee, the best situation to be an employee, in my opinion, most people say, ooh, a government job, a Fed job, sure, maybe it's possible. I think the best situation to be an employee is at your family's business. 100%. I mean, come on, man. At least the managers, the management, if it's not my family, let's say that administrators were brought in to, to run the business. Even if it's not my family, they're going to know that I'm part of the family. And I would be treated at least with some sort of respect, And yeah, there's stuff being withheld from my check and these different things. But at least with my family business, I can get like a bunch of fringe benefits. I might get a company car. I might get a company cell phone. I got to pay for my cell phone is paid for. These are things that are excluded from taxable income. These are fringe benefits. Not all fringe benefits are excluded from taxable income, but there are allowables. Company cars, one of them that's excluded. A company cell phone is another one that's excluded. These are benefits of working for a family business. As a janitor, you can have a company car and the company cell phone. And other company, benefits. If you're working for your family, how many janitors that got a company car and a company cell phone? The reason why is because we don't really know too many families that have their own business and employ the heirs and family members, whether they're 1099 contractors or they're straight up employees. That's why we've never seen a janitor with a company car. It sounds absurd, doesn't it? But then if I tell you, oh, well, it's my family's business and it's been my family's business for 3 generations, that makes sense why I'm a janitor running around with a company car and a company phone. It makes 100% sense. These are just a few of the benefits of having a family business. Family business, you know what your family can do. What's an interview for? Going to interviews, in my opinion, let's be honest, man, it's embarrassing. It's almost like dancing. You got to put a resume together. Oh, this is what I did, and this is my, and this is what I can do, and this is me, and this is where I went to school, and this is who knows me. This is a professional reference, and this is my, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, and then they're looking at it, and they're looking at it. Are you judging the heading? Are you judging the the format? Are you judging the font that I used? Are you judging because I double spaced? Straight up. I'm gonna digress real quick. Double spacing. They look for that in resumes. They got this algorithm that looks for double spacing after a period, because a double space after a period is only for a certain era of people. Mostly only older people do that, and we don't do that anymore in business and stuff. So the algorithm will see that you double spaced in the resume, and they'll throw it out. You won't even get a call back. It's crazy, huh? These things that we don't even understand. But that won't happen with your family business. They don't care if you double space. You probably won't even need to do a resume, because they know what you're doing. Now, if you have a self-respect, respect for your family, and honor, and you were taught, how to carry yourself when it comes to, representing the family name, you ain't gonna need no interview. You think your uncle's gonna want to interview you and have you sit in the office and and dance for him? Nah, that's not for family members. You gotta look at this from a different perspective. There's a reason why you went to public school and they didn't teach you how to start your own business. Let's just stop. Let's just think about that for a second. There's a reason why you went to public school and they didn't teach you how to start your own business. There's a reason why. You know what that reason is? It's not that you can't start your own business. It's not that you won't be good at it. It's because it's not in the public interest for you to start your own business. It's in the public's interest for you to be an employee, if you to be taxed like 30%, 40% on your income or whatever it is. That's in the public's best interest. But realistically, it's in your best interest to not do that. To get with a couple of your family members, maybe do it by yourself, quit crying, and start your family business. So real quick, and like I said, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. This is one of the documents that we created in-house. We're starting to do more in-house stuff. But as always, this is all for educational purposes only. Don't give legal advice. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a lawyer. This is all opinions based off of my, experience, so on and so forth. Not legal advice. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a lawyer. I wouldn't even try. I would never be an attorney or a lawyer. But this is what I know. A family business is one of the primary means by which private estates are funded. I know a lot of y'all, most people are like, I'm going to use the all cap name and I'm put the trust and blah, blah, blah. When y'all figure that out, holler at me. In the meantime, you know what I'm saying? There's mouths to feed and there's backs to clothe in the family. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to repeat it. A family business is one of the primary means by which private estates are funded. The business can bring exceedingly large amounts of income into the family estate for multiple generations if it's properly, 1, created, 2, administered, 3, scaled, and 4, protected. Keep in mind, all successful businesses offer value to customers through the sale of a specific good or service. Creating a quality good or service and applying proper business technique. Wow. Creating a quality good or service and applying proper business techniques by way of an LLC or corporation, partnership, etc., is what separates most with regards to wealth. Hands down, you'll never get rich working for someone's job, someone else's company. It won't happen. It's not ever going to happen. I'm going to say it again. You'll never get rich by working for someone else's company. The specific type of entity used will depend on your particular business, jurisdiction, and situation. We tend to lean towards LLC structure due to the elasticity and protections, but research and diligence should be applied in determining which corporate structure is right for you and or your state. There are many books and resources available for running a successful business, and it is recommended that you invest as much time as you possibly can learning and applying the principles and attributes of success. Above all, there is no substitution for actual experience. Regardless of your doubts, concerns, or lack of knowledge, get out there and begin. You either work for your family business or you work for someone else's family business. So, the general procedure for legally creating a business is not difficult and is as follows. Number 1, choose a business name. Your business needs a name. You want to choose a name that means something to you or your family. You may simply want the name that consists of initials of family or numbers associated with a birth date or special occasion. Doesn't matter. Don't overthink the name. You can use letters, numbers, words, or a combination of both. It is important that the entity name being created, LLC, INC, partnership, etc., has its designation. You will have to put LLC or INC, etc., depending on the type of entity, at the end of the company name. For example, Foundation, LLC. After you choose the name, search the chosen name at the state level. Make sure your business name is available before paying the filing fee. If the business name you want is unavailable, simply choose another business name or add, remove words or letters to make the name unique. Just because someone has the name that you want doesn't mean you can't make something very similar to it. A lot of people will stop and be like, oh, I got to think of a whole new name. You don't. If your name is you want to do a name for a business called Sweet Red Roses, and they got Sweet Red Roses LLC already, okay, well, Sweetest of the Red Roses LLC. You can just kind of play it out. It's up to you 100%. Number 2, file the business documents. Most businesses are created or organized at the Secretary of State. Some may be organized at the county level. Make sure you know the rules and policies for your jurisdiction regarding incorporation or organization. You may need to list managers for the LLC or shareholders if organizing a corporation. Some jurisdictions, you don't have to list managers. You don't have to list anything but an agent. Other jurisdictions, they want a bunch of information. Every state is different. You want to check with the state. You can book a consultation. I'll help walk you through your specific situation, but this is overall. You will need an address for the business. For business credit, a commercial address. If you don't have a commercial address, you may use a residential. You will need a list to list an organizer. Organizers are not necessarily a part of the company. For example, law offices offer services of organization and registered agents for those not residing in the jurisdiction of the state. Be sure to ascertain whether the information being requested is required. Some jurisdictions add an additional information sheet where they're requesting the number of employees, type of business, etc. Oftentimes, this information is not required and as such should not be included. It may be advantageous to ask an employee what information is absolutely required. And then you've got to pay the filing fee. So filing fees vary from state to state. Some fees are as low as $50, some as high as $600. Be sure to arrive prepared to submit the fee. Number 3, obtain an employer identification number from the Internal Revenue Service. IRS Form SS4 is what is used to obtain the EIN. Use the business name, address, registered agent if needed, and organizer. The form may be completed online at irs.gov. This allows for immediate receipt and printing. An option receive online is selected. You may also fill out the paper form and submit via U.S. mail. You will have to wait to receive the EIN documents by mail if you submit this way. Next, number 4, open a bank account. A business bank account is essential for the validity of your business. Any commercial bank, Wells Fargo, Chase, etc., will be very familiar with business accounts. Opening deposits and minimum deposits vary. A minimum deposit is an amount a bank requires in an account to avoid checking service fees. This fee typically ranges from $5 to $35 a month and can usually be avoided by initiating a certain number of debit card transactions within the calendar month. An opening deposit is a minimum amount required to be initially deposited to open the account. Opening deposits are typically $25. The reason why I wanted to touch on that is because a lot of people will see that there's a minimum deposit amount, and they look at that and it says like $1,500 or $1,000 or something like that, and they think, oh, man, I can't open the account. You can open the account. What a minimum deposit means is that's the minimum amount of money that they require in the account to where it doesn't incur a service fee. As long as you keep some banks are different. Some are like, they go by average days in the month. So if the majority of the days in the month, if there was $1,500 or more, then there won't be a service fee. It doesn't mean that you need $1,500 to open the account. It doesn't. You can still open an account without the minimum deposit required to avoid the fee. They're just going to charge you a fee. Like I said, it's from like $5 to $35. I hate those fees. I consider that negative interest rates, kind of, for real. But I just wanted to be clear. You can typically open an account at every single bank or any bank with $25. So, just pay attention to what they're saying and ask questions if you have any questions. Just, asking questions is a sign of intelligence. You got to make sure that you're organizing documents or your articles of organization or articles of incorporation or your certificate of organization. You got to have your employer identification number paperwork from the IRS. You got to have valid identification. You have to have no files in check systems. And the minimum opening deposit, which is usually $25 Now, a lot of people get weirded out. They go to open up their bank account. And even trustees, when they go to open up, a trust account, they'll get in there and then they, the banker wants the CID and then they want to ask for the Social Security number. And I'm just going to say this, when you have a bank account, you're in control of a bank account. The bank will open up the bank account in the name of the business and the name of the trust or whatever. But anyone who has dispositive authority over the account, anyone who is able to write checks, is able to make deposits, who's able to make withdrawals, custody, care, and control is what they call it. They want to run you through check systems. Make sure you're not writing bad checks, hiding checks, because that's a liability to the bank. How they do that typically is a CPN or a Social Security number. I do know individuals, who've been able to open a bank account without giving them a social. But I'm going to tell you the key thing about that is if you hand them a state driver's license, state identification, or you hand them a passport, they are trained to ask for your Social Security number. I'm going to leave it at that. Once you have the bank account open, you are officially in business. And a lot of people, say I got a bank. We'll say, I got a business. I got this LLC. I open up the bank. They'll say I got a business. I got an LLC. And, I've been doing business. I'm like, you got a business bank account? And they'll be like, well, nah, I've been doing it, through my personal account. Man, you don't have a business, man. You have a glorified, really expensive sole proprietorship. You're a super expensive sole proprietor. And it's more than just having the articles of organization. It's more than just having the EIN of the business. It's more than just having a business address. There are multiple things that are looked at with regards to the validity of the business as a separate and distinct entity, separate from the creators or organizers or members, shareholders, whatever. Part of that is the entity must have its own bank account. It must have its own property or res or, whatever. It must have its own governing documents and instruments. Now, if you're talking about an LLC or corporation, that's articles of organization, certificate of organization, so on and so forth. But the governing quote documents or governing entity of an LLC or corporation is always going to be the state. When you're talking trust, it's going to be the trust indenture, the declaration of trust, and any of the attached minutes. You need all of these things. You need the governing document, the articles of organization, you need the EIN, you need the bank account. You need if you're looking to build a business credit profile and establish business credit, you need a commercial address. And absent any of these things, I'm just going to say you have a glorified sole proprietorship. What I got here. There are at least two more items you want to take care of in order to properly operate due to the specificity of information necessary. It is recommended that you either consult a CPA or tax attorney or book a consultation at welcometothefoundation.com. I'm just gonna tell y'all because we're dealing with dual jurisdictions when it comes to corporations and LLCs. I'm gonna say that again. When you're administering and operating a corporation or LLC, that LLC being administered is operating in dual jurisdictions. Those dual jurisdictions being state and federal jurisdictions. Off top, if your LLC, corporation, partnership, your family business is transacting in Federal Reserve notes, that's dual jurisdiction. Federal Reserve notes are federal. Your business, your LLC, your corporation, your partnership is a state entity. It's a state entity. So in all reality, in all seriousness, the dual jurisdictional element that exists with regards to LLCs, corporations, partnerships, etc., does not simply exist simply because of the use of Federal Reserve notes. You applied for a federal employer identification number on behalf of a corporation or LLC or partnership. So it's a state entity with the federal EIN, similar to a state individual birth certificate with a federal Social Security number. And I have had, because, I'm a private consultant by day, real estate, stuff like that, but private consultant by day, corporate structure, private wealth management. I've had a lot of clients open up a business, LLC, corporation, whatever, got the federal EIN, got the bank account open, they went to LegalZoom. LegalZoom sent them all this paperwork, all these minutes, and all these authorized. Just, it looked official. They sent it in a folder with the name of the company on the front, and all this. And I think they even included a corporate seal, like you grab it and you put it over the paper and you squeeze it and it puts a seal on the paper in the name of the company name, man. It's pretty elaborate. I'm telling you, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. So this guy, he's operating his business as a business. He's looking at publication 535, which is business expenses. He's looking at publication 15B, which is fringe benefits. He's looking at all these things, and he's doing it by the book. And after the year, the end of the year comes, and he goes to an accountant. I think it was an H&R Block, probably. That's what he's used to. This guy's an ex-employee. He just started his own business. So he went to H&R Block or some, expensive tax preparation servicer. I can't remember how much it was. I just remember seeing it and was like, that's pretty expensive for preparation of a corporate return. It's an expensive $11.20. So they found this tax preparer, accountant, whoever it is, I don't know who he was. I don't know. Files the return, the corporate return. Guess what happens? You know what happens? Anybody can guess what happens? Anyone? The return gets returned. The return is returned, right? And this is when he comes to me. He books a consultation. I go meet up with the guy. And he tells me, look, I started this company. I operated for the whole year, did the tax return. They returned it and said that they didn't know something. Here's a letter. I read the letter that the IRS sent them. The letter said, we have no record of this entity. Please claim all profits and losses on your individual tax return, Schedule C. And he was freaking out because if he did that, he was going to lose write-offs, deductions for expenses and different stuff, and he was going to have to pay a higher rate of tax on the individual side than he would have on the corporate side. And he was not happy. He was not happy, and he wanted me to help. He wanted me to help fix it. So I told him, I was honest with him. I'm like, I can't help you. You missed it. You didn't classify. You didn't elect for the entity to be taxed as a corporation on the federal level. He's like, what do you mean? I went to LegalZoom. They charged me like over $1,000. I got this corporate seal. I got the updated package. I paid extra for the extra package here. And he handed me the folder. This is the folder I was telling you about. It was great. It was a great, I mean, look, it was a very professional looking folder, and it was a great presentation for corporate documents. But I told him, like, look, man, your entity isn't classified. It's not elected to be taxed as a corporation on the federal level. The state recognizes your LLC as a limited liability corporation. Of course, your state recognizes it. So at the state level, you can do a corporate return. But at the federal level, they have no knowledge, and it's too late. The election must be made within, like, I think 30 days or 60 days of creating the entity. And I'm gonna tell you honestly, this guy, once he realized his mistake and that it was nothing he could do, he was done. He was done. And right now, this day, I still know this guy. Checking him every once in a while. He has a job. He went and got a job. He worked so hard that first year at his own family business. And it wasn't because he wasn't smart. It wasn't because that he wasn't dedicated. It wasn't because he was a bad guy. It wasn't because he didn't have discipline. It wasn't because he was immature. It was because he didn't know what he didn't know. And that you're dealing with dual jurisdictions. When you're dealing with an LLC, a corporation, a partnership, a limited liability partnership, LLP or whatever. It's a state-created entity with a federal EIN that you have to elect to be taxed as a corporation on the federal level. Otherwise, it is automatically a disregarded entity. And that's what the IRS calls it, a disregarded entity. And that's why I say it's a glorified, really expensive sole proprietorship. Really expensive. And it's a tough lesson to learn. And some people don't make it past that lesson. It takes a lot of the wind out your sails, so to speak, when you work that hard for that long and follow the rules, but because of some technicality, you're going to be penalized and punished. And that's the way the system is set up. I'm just going to let you know. I've seen it. It destroyed him. You ever watch somebody die on the inside? Now, that's what I watched. I watched his face. I watched him die on the inside. And he went and got a job. I think he ended up going back to school, got into more debt, and got a job. And I think the last time I talked to him, he said that he's happy because of the pandemic because he gets to work from home. And if it wasn't for that, he would have quit his job. Start a family business. Quit playing. Look, no one's coming to save you or your family. And as legend would have it, you're probably the only one in your family that can do anything about this. This multi-generational situation that we're in. You're likely the only one that can do anything about it. And for years, as you decide, I'm going to start my family business. I'm going to establish my private estate, my business trust, my family asset trust, my family trust. Those first 3 years, 4 years of work that you put into the reestablishment of your private estate and starting your family business, you're never going to get thanks. You're not going to get acknowledgement. You're not going to get pats on the back. It's going to be several years before anyone is even aware of what you're doing. And then you got people in families, you got people who are just jealous or haters or envious who ain't going to recognize or say good job or say thank you. But it's not about that. It's about the reestablishment of the private estate. It's about setting this stuff up for the future generations. And at the very least, it's about working for yourself and not working for someone else, not working for someone else's family. While the family gets the fringe benefits of the company and you get peanuts, maybe a 401k match at 7% or something ridiculous. In stock markets that are crashing. I call upon everyone that has ears to hear. It is time for you to start your family business. I'm here to help you. I'm down. I got your back. Email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. If you know my cell number, call me. Shoot me a text. Me assisting you setting up your family business, your LLC, whatever you want to do, getting it properly classified, and helping you get your operating agreement, setting up your business credit profile, and setting up your business credit. That's all included in trustee training. There's no extra donation for that. I feel true private administration. If you're administering your private estate, the family business, even if it's a public entity, is a part of that. And it's been a part of that. In American history, for hundreds of years, has the family business been a part of the private estate. Hundreds of years, man. This is no game. This is no joke. And, we out here thinking that we have time when we don't. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. And we walk around acting like we're guaranteed 80 years or something like that, and we're not. You're not even guaranteed tomorrow. We're not even guaranteed 4 hours from now. So do something for yourself and your family at the same time. Start your family business. And if you need help, email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Book a consultation at welcometothefoundation.com. Go rent a book from the library. Do something. Because I'm not going to say that I'm the end-all, be-all of setting up and, reestablishing your private estate. I would like to say that I, be pancaking toes heavier than anyone else out here with this information. But if I can just spark you just to start something, I don't care where you go or how you do it, as long as you go to the top, And that's what it is. It's exactly what it is. So, that's the foundation on starting your family business. It's important. It's been a pretty much lifelong campaign for the public to convince you that you aren't capable of starting a business, and it's not worth it. It's not worth starting your own business. Don't worry about that. Just go get a job. And when you go get a job, it's at someone's business that they started. It's very, I don't know. A lot of people don't see it the way I see it, though. But to me, it's right in front of my face. It's right in front of my face. Are you going to start a business? That's hard, man. Oh, that's hard, man. You know, most businesses fail in the first business. People just start saying all types of stuff. And yet, you want me to go get a job at a business that was started by somebody. How does that make sense? Unless you're saying, oh, well, you get a job to supplement your income until the business that you start can support you and your family. Okay, something like that. But then trying to straight discourage someone from starting their business, I think there's shame in that. But hey, that's just me. I could be completely off my rocker. 100%. I don't know. But ultimately, it is what it is. But real quick, we got about 5 minutes left in the broadcast. I'm going to stream. We'll stream a little bit. I'll take some phone calls and whatnot. So you want to call in 424-222-5250, or you will be disconnected in about 5 minutes. And I will say, I told you so. And I will say, I told you so. I know people talking about, I'm going to get a shelf court, Yo, you should have a shelf court. It should be a family business. Why not? Why not have 2 or 3? And then rotate them, right? And take one and work that for 30 days. Apply for, business credit, buy some stuff with it, whatever. And then put it down and pick the other one up and work that one for 30 days. Buy some stuff, trash bags, some dish soap, whatever. And then put it down. Pick the other one up and work that for 30 days. And every quarter, you work the 3 businesses, LLCs. Now, you can use shared office spaces, mail forwarding centers and stuff like that. To me, that's all that you should be paying for. It's some sort of mail forwarding service. So you got a commercial address attached to the business. Other than that, nah. You should be paying for stuff you already paid for. Like I said, dish soap, garbage bags, and stuff like that. This is how you build business credit, family. And if you have a contract and access to a public facility, you can, allege that in that facility, your business, office or whatever, there's bathrooms, there's floors, there's a refrigerator, might be a stove, a microwave, which require all the same things that are necessary at home too. So, let me get 2 brooms. Let me get 1 broom for the bathroom and 1 broom for the main room in the office. And oops, 1 broom went home. How'd that happen? Did I steal it? No. Just using the broom at home, man. It belongs to the company. The company can even buy this stuff and sell it to the family trust at a small discount or at no cost. At cost. There's a lot of different ways you can do this stuff, but building business credit is as simple as grabbing the things that you already grabbed for your household, just doing it through the business. Envelopes. I grabbed a box of envelopes from Uline. Was it Uline? Yeah, a box of envelopes from Uline. I ain't going to need to buy envelopes for like 7-8 years. And I think the box of envelopes was like $60 or something. Things like that. Windex, Pine Sol, dish sponges, washing powder. vacuums, fans for the summertime. You name it. Uline got a catalog thicker than the Bible. All types of stuff in there. Over half of it you ain't gonna need, but you're gonna get to that janitorial section. I bet you use most of that stuff in there. Build a business. I'm trying to tell y'all, but hey, it is what it is. Start your family business. Quit playing around. Start your family business. Hit you with that shame if you don't. I'm just playing, but I ain't joking. I'm gonna go to the phone lines, man. 424-222-5250. Like I said, about 2 minutes left in the broadcast, and then we're gonna get cut off. But I want to know what y'all think. Definitely interested. Let's do a familiar number first. 929-4056.
Peace, King. This is Sister Yvette. Peace, communities, kings and queens. My brother, it's been a bit. I'm trying to stay under the radar, trying to get things in order. Time is short. I need my people to understand that they need to get themselves in order. Family business, family trust, you got to get yourselves in order. The stars, the atmosphere, it's not lining up for us as a people. We have to line it up now. You watch the times, you watch the situations. From the time some of you have called in here, and you know who you are, the sovereign citizens out there, the real estate citizens out there, all of y'all different communities, you've been calling in, you've been listening, you've been trying to get yourselves in order, you're trying to find out why information is correct, why information is right. Let me tell you something about my brother Sot. Love him, hate him, he's real. He's going to tell you exactly how it is. Now, if you want to feel good, go ahead with the gurus out here because they're going to make you feel good until your money is gone. If you want your stuff to line up correctly, book a consultation. Get yourselves in order. Now, some of you have profited during this pandemic. A lot of you lost your jobs. You will not get them back. You got your unemployment. You got your stimulus. I hope and pray that a lot of you invested in some precious metals. You booked your consultations. You started lining yourselves up. Pay for your private educations, people. I cannot stress that enough because the next couple of months, it's going to get critical out here. And I hope you all have it together. Now, all of y'all that procrastinated, everything doubled on you. The silver, the gold went up almost $400. It's going up. Everything's going up. Our food prices are going up. Our taxes are going up. Everything is going up. All of us in the private. We don't have those issues. All of those in the public, you definitely have those issues. Pull yourselves in, check yourself. Now, unfortunately, we needed that reality check for us to realize things ain't the way it's going to be anymore. You worked for everybody else. It all folded. Everybody else left you in the dust. Work for yourselves now. Line yourselves up. You haven't heard from me in a while because I'm watching everything that's going on out here. Am I happy with what's going on? Definitely not. Now we as a people have to fall back because they're attacking us. What we're crying for, what we're struggling for, what we're fighting for, they trying to kill us in the mix. Fall back, get yourselves in order. Get your businesses in order because Things are closing down, and if we don't watch, we're going to get caught up in the close down. Check yourselves, reevaluate, let's start again, but for us, not for them. My brother, keep doing the good work. Keep doing what you got to do. If you pancaking, I'm sorry you pancaking if that's what they call it. Because the way I see it, most of them are out there fleecing. So if you're pancaking their toes, I prefer you pancake their toes than they fleece my people out of their money and leave them stuck. Keep doing what you do. If they don't like your prices, go to the suckers that's going to take all their money and leave them holding the bag with nothing. Because a fool and the money soon depart. Fools don't hold on to money very well. They don't hold on to anything very well because they are fools. A fool doesn't take wise counsel because they don't know wise counsel. My brother, you keep doing the good work. We'll talk. Peace, my brother. Peace, all the communities that are in here. Sovereign citizens, behave yourselves. They're coming for you. They're studying the laws. They're changing them. You can file anything in the court of law, even a ham sandwich. But at the end of the day, if it's not executed properly, it's going to get tossed out, and you just got an enemy. Be careful, kings and queens. Peace, communities. Peace, my brother.
Peace, Sister Yvette. Always a pleasure. Yeah, I ain't heard from you in a minute, but I know you holding it down, taking care of business. So, yeah, I appreciate the heads up. Yeah, public is locking down, y'all. It's not over. It's not over. Listen to the sister. Listen to the mother. 718-8092. Peace. Which name are you calling from? Where'd it go? Okay, it must have fallen off. Or maybe not. What's going on with the switch? Okay, well. All right, well. There went the switchboard. It's not responding. I'm trying to refresh this. Let me see if I can refresh it. Nope. Looks like that's a wrap on that. Sorry about that. I know we had other callers, man. Things just froze up. It just froze up. But, I mean, look, I trust that y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. I've been doing this for a long time. It's crazy. You know, I was thinking about how long I've been on the air. And it's I don't know. I got to really think about it. You know, I think it was like 4 years over. It's more than 4.5, almost 5 years that I've been on the air. I've been on High Frequency Radio Network, and I think the theme has been pretty consistent. That theme being, you know, it's time for us to, you know, be accountable. It's time for us to start taking responsibility for ourselves and be accountable for our actions and our behaviors and our thoughts. And that's the only way that we're going to really, truly take control of our lives and stop being some sort of slave or some sort of programmed, you know, individual, programmed by your parents, programmed by your environment, programmed by your traumas, programmed by your fears, programmed by your insecurities. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody. I think this is as close as it gets. You know, someone out here like Yusuf L or something, just putting out the information, just, trying to wake people up, trying to add a solution into the mix with everybody articulating, pontificating what the problems are. But I know for a fact no one's coming to save you. You know what I'm saying? Nope. And, we live in the age of information. It's 2020. Yeah, it's crazy. 2020 hit us in the face like an angry step-parent. But it's still the age of information. It's also still, the United States of America, the land of the free, home of the brave, so they say. And there's a lot of opportunity, land of opportunity, land of milk and honey, land of lot, land of lakes. I'm clowning, but I'm dead serious. And when we change our minds, when we change our thoughts, when we change the way we think from the thought processes of having things done to them and not being in control, to the thought process of just witnessing things, and it's not happening to me, I'm just seeing it, and knowing that my power is in my choice, and to start actively choosing. And that's what it is. So, I trust that I was able to put down something valuable for you. You can email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. I will send you the document. I'm not going to play no games with you. You can have it for free, not for the fee. And, if you need any assistance, you want to jump in trustee training, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. I'm about to probably we're going to do another, reduced offerings or whatever. 25 to 55% off everything. I'm probably going to send an email out tonight or tomorrow or something like that. I think, I don't think there's any way that I can be more accommodating without going against natural law and dishonoring nature, because a workman is worthy of their hire. And equity demands performance. So I don't think there's any way it can be more accommodating, and to let you know, hey, it's time to rebuild your private estate. It's time to set up these entities. It's time to start your family business. It's time to start moving. Start to get life insurance. It's time to start getting these endowments. It's time to start earning interest and stop paying interest. It's time to change your life. It's time to reestablish your foundation. So let me help you. admin@welcometothefoundation.com. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. It's the reason why I do this. I want to see y'all feeling better, living better, loving better. It's a deep, deep drive of mine, deep mission. And I will be able, to get it done. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep pushing, and I'm going to keep speaking that truth. Speaker of truth, seeker of truth. I'm out here. So I appreciate y'all checking out, the foundation here on High Frequency Radio Network. Like I said, if you would like to document, email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Y'all enjoy yourself. You have a great week ahead of you. All types of opportunity in front of you. Make sure that you acknowledge, appreciate, and accept those opportunities. And take care of yourself. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you love yourself. Take care of your peoples. Stop flipping on people that you care about, man. It makes you feel weird on the inside. You know what I'm saying? I know I feel bad when I be just snapping and stuff. We've lived a rough enough life. It's time for us to be happy every day. So enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. You deserve it. But you're only going to get it if you put in the work. So, I got your back. I know you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in yourself. Begin. Just start. But you got to believe in yourself. Believe and then begin, and then you'll become whatever you believe you'll become. And that's the power. So recognize your power, take your power back, make your choices. But like I said, most importantly, enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself, take care of your people. Make sure you say 10 things you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight, and I'll catch you next time, next week, same spot, High Frequency Radio Network, the foundation. We're going to do it all over again. Peace to the guys.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.